What's up, guys? It's Cody from Helpful Dreams. Thank you so much for coming by the channel today. If you haven't been here before, this is where we discuss the most revolutionary personal development ideas of all time. If you have been here before, thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. If you clicked on this video today, then chances are you're looking to get an edge with your productivity. Productivity and habits is something that we've been diving into deeply on this channel in the past couple weeks, and we're just continuing to move forward. So we compiled a list of all of the best productivity hacks of all time from all the best mentors of all time into one place. We're going to run right through them right now. Hack number 1 is to plan your day ahead of time. The first step towards being productive is on any given day, you should know what you are doing, when you're doing it, and how long you're going to be committed to that task. And this is super important so that certain things don't fall through the cracks, and then we have a clear path ahead. We can either do this at the beginning of the day or the night before. I really like to do it the night before because it allows me to reflect on the day that I just went through and then carry over tasks that I might need to carry over into the next day. And this just really works good for me. I'm a night thinker, and so that's just how it is. Some people like to do this in the early mornings where they're less likely to be distracted, and this works fine as well. It's just important. The whole purpose of it is just to get a clear picture of what you're doing. Hack number 2 is while you're planning your day, make sure to highlight the most important tasks of the day. This might seem like one of the more obvious common sense hacks, but it's something to remember because sometimes we just get caught up. We don't take the time to write that stuff down. Hack number 3 is to set your most important goal of the day. And this is the goal that even if all else fails and you don't complete the other tasks that you set out to complete in the day, that at least this one task is the most important to get done. And this is important to highlight because maybe you're depleted of your energy and you can't get done with everything on this given day. It's important to be able to focus the energy that you do have on the one thing that is most important to get done. So always have that in mind. Always pick out one most important task of the day, and that is the one that needs to get done. Hack number 4 is to block off specific time to check emails or social media. In the past, this has been a popular productivity hack in a lot of productivity writings, and as we move into a more social media driven society, with social media taking such a grip on society, it's important to also apply this to checking messages on your social media, to seriously block out time. I've been actually putting a restriction on even checking social media at all past a certain time in the evening, and this has helped me come back down and remain more grounded leading up to when I'm going to go to bed. And it's just helped a lot on going to bed earlier as well as waking up earlier, and it's just an awesome little life hack. Hack 5 is learning to say no when necessary. We cannot commit to everything all the time. If somebody comes to you needing something, it's easy to fall victim to the trap of always wanting to be a yes man. I had a lot of experience with this in the beginning of business where you're just trying to get things started, and so you'll just say yes to every project and every task and just try to get it done. But the true freedom comes when you can be honest with yourself and say no to certain things that you might not be able to take on, and this helps you with the expectations of the people that you're working with. It helps you become more realistic with the time that it takes to complete tasks, so you're more accurate with your commitments to people. You can say that this is honestly something that I can't really do, or this is honestly something that I have to put off because I know that I have these other things to do. And so it's important to know when to say no. Hack number 6 is the 2-minute rule. Now, when you've blocked out time to commit to your small tasks, it's important to think with each task, is this something that I can get done within 2 minutes? And if it is, then you commit to getting it done. If it isn't, then you put it onto your list where you're committing to longer tasks that actually take more effort and time. And it's important to distinguish between these two because smaller tasks can be knocked out in batches so much easier than if you're doing long tasks and then trying to fit in small tasks in between these long bursts of energy. And so it's important to use the 2-minute rule. Can you do it? Can you do it in 2 minutes? Get it done, get it out of the way, and get to the more important. Hack number 7 is listen to productive music. Music is actually an excellent therapy on maintaining focus. Sometimes when we sit in a silent room, it seems like the time is just passing by so slowly, and it's hard to go through these tasks just in silent because our attention spans are so used to stimulation. And so it's good to have meditation music or, relaxing beats playing in the background while you're doing tasks, especially at home on the computer, and when you're doing more complicated thinking tasks. It keeps our mind entertained on a subconscious level so that we can really focus and we're not thinking about getting to the next thing to be stimulated. And so I think that's really important. Hack number 8 is to break your tasks into templates when possible. It's really important, if you can, to make templates of the things that you do the most, and this cuts down on time in the future. Like, I build templates out for the videos that I produce so that I can just enter in the content and it maintains the same structure. In my web design and marketing company, we have contract templates so that we can onboard clients quickly and there's no friction. We don't have to develop new things and recreate the wheel every time. Think about the things in life that you can templatize, because it makes it so much easier to get done with the tasks in the future, and it's worth it. Hack number 9 is to group similar tasks together. Hack number 9 is grouping similar tasks together. I use this in my production. When I'm in the shooting mode and I have my lights out, it's important for me to shoot for multiple videos. That way I'm not changing from shooting into editing and then publishing and then doing that process over again, where my concentration can get broken. And so sometimes it's good to just batch all the similar work together and then move on to the next category of similar work altogether, and it just pushes each project forward at the same time gradually, and you won't break that concentration, which is really important to regulating your energy, because switching to a different task and a different mind frame will pull on your energy reserves, and it's better to just stay productive if you just are doing a similar task all together and just knocking them out. Hack number 10 is to avoid multitasking. There have been studies out there that have proven that it's not even really possible to multitask. If you're thinking about one thing, it's impossible to have two different thoughts at the same time. You have to focus on one thing at a time if you're truly going to be productive and you're going to give it your whole focus that it needs in order to get it done. And to multitask, you're depleting your energy by constantly switching focus to a different thing. And each time we break focus and we go into a new form of thinking, we're tapping into those energy reserves as well, and we lose momentum because we're creating drag in our mental capabilities. And so it's good to just stay on track with one task at a time, knock it out, go down the list, and rinse and repeat. Hack number 11 is to reattach yourself to your work every morning. This hack is super important because a lot of people talk about detaching from your work at the end of the day, but what's really important too to keep in mind is to reattach yourself to your work in the morning. Remember why it is you're doing it, remember the past day's accomplishments, and then use that momentum to drive yourself into your new day. Hack number 12 is to take regular breaks. This has been super important to me because I used to just schedule in all of my work in blocks of time and kind of mix in my breaks in between there. But what I learned to do to preserve my energy throughout the day is to actually block out time for each break so that I'm not feeling squished or rushed during my times of rest. And so it's important to actually block in those times, rest frequently throughout the day if possible, and try and give your mind a chance to breathe. This allows you to switch from task to task efficiently because you don't have to switch your whole thinking pattern to go into the next task. You can clear your mind and kind of erase what has been going on and then move into the next task with a fresh canvas. And so it's really important. I use this a lot. Hack number 13 is working in shorter bursts of time. I've utilized this because I have so many projects on a daily basis that are all different, and what was happening is I was putting each day, I would work on one thing throughout the whole entire day, and I noticed that when I did that, all of the rest of the tasks kind of got left on the table, and what it did is it built stress, and it also took from my energy throughout the day because I knew the other tasks weren't getting done. And so what I like to do now is work each day in shorter bursts on each project, and that way they're all progressing at the same time. Everything's still getting done, and we're not backtracking, and we're also regulating our energy better. And so that was a complete game changer for me, to work in shorter bursts. But as long as you commit to daily shorter bursts, then everything continues to gradually move on and progress. Hack number 14 is to have a dedicated workspace. This hack is particularly important with the times we're in right now, where we have at-home work happening a lot. You must dedicate a certain workspace where you can step into the environment, you can be in a productive environment, you can flip the mental switch in your mind that says you're actually at work, and you can keep distractions out. Keep your workspace clean too. It's very important because everything around us, clutter and everything, affects the mind, and so it's important to keep your workspace neat and tidy. And this is a game changer if you actually can isolate yourself, and that it also keeps you from getting into that mode where you just feel like you're at work all the time if you're at home, because you can separate your workspace from maybe, the dining room table or the going to bed. You're not just waking up in an office, which is really important to keep those things separate. And so this is important to me as well. I have an office that's secluded, and people know when I'm in here that I'm working and not to come in. And I've blocked times for the rest of my family, and there's times to work, there's times to play. Hack number 15 is to work near natural light if possible. This is pretty self-explanatory. We all know sunlight keeps us more productive. It also aids in our sleep and wake patterns, and so it's important, if you can, to have that natural light around. They even make lights that mimic natural light that you can get that supposedly work well. I haven't tried them out, but I keep the sun around all the time. Hack number 17 is setting your goals and breaking them down. It's super important to write down your goals and then break each larger goal down into actionable objectives. And I sound like a broken record saying this all the time. It's in pretty much every teaching that you would study on productivity and getting things done in life. And I've heard it 1,000 times, write down your goals, and it took me about 1,000 times to hear that, to actually write them down, and writing them down made all the difference. And so write down your goals and break them out into actionable objectives. Hack number 18 is waking up early. Waking up early can give you extra time in the beginning of the day with minimal distractions to get done with so much. It's surprising how much even waking up an hour earlier than you usually do can actually set you up to be at a better place throughout the day. And a lot of people have trouble waking up early. I'm one of those people, and what changed it for me is just making sure that I begin to turn off my mind earlier in the evening so that I can go to sleep earlier. And when I was able to go to sleep earlier than I usually do, then I was able to kind of go early, wake up earlier, an hour earlier at a time, until I was at the optimum level that I wanted, and I had the amount of morning time that I needed to prepare for the day. And so that was a game changer for me. Waking up early it is. Hack number 19, letting go of perfectionism. This is super important because people can waste and spend so much time working on a task because they want to get it perfect, but they fail to actually get the projects out or get the things done and out into the world. And so it's so important to begin to kind of let go of perfectionism, because the real truth is there's never going to be the perfect time to do anything at any given moment. We have to continue to just put things out into the world in order to get the proper feedback to do the next thing better. And so don't get too hung up on getting everything perfect. It actually leads to a state of paralysis where people don't get things done as efficiently as they should because they're just hung up on those things. And so it's really important to keep in mind. Hack number 20, last but not least, is to schedule self-care for yourself. It's super important to block in time for your self-care because so many people think that making a task list and doing it objective by objective only has to do with work, but really you should be blocking in your time where you have to take care of yourself. Things as simple as getting ready in the morning and then winding down at the end of the day can do so much to add to your productivity of your actual workflow during the day. That concludes our list of productivity hacks of the day. We got that list from all of the best productivity books that we've been reading recently and put it all into one list so you guys could go through it. They may seem simple, but there's so much to gain from actually implementing these hacks into your life. And like I said before, I heard a lot of productivity hacks, up to 1,000 times I heard them, but I never really took the time to implement them into my life until hearing them so much and just getting them hammered into my mind. And so ask yourself, are you truly implementing the things that you hear? Are you truly implementing these productivity tips into your life? And if not, then you might want to try it out. Like I said before, I heard 1,000 times that I was supposed to write my goals down and actually write them down. And it took me so many times hearing that before I actually took the step to do it. And that made all the difference for me. And so if you like this content, please subscribe. I appreciate you guys for coming by. And congratulations on making it to the end. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. Some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah, there's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor.